Hey, what up everyone? I'm Sinnycool, and this is Gems of War. And today I'm going to be going over the new PvP battlegrounds and just trying to give you a quick little guide of what I know so far about this and a team for each region. So for me, what I've been doing here is, I think the main goal is getting it says goals, so come on, dum-dum, what is going on? The main goal is going to PvP goals, could you imagine? And getting all of these done each week. So getting to 20, getting your gold marks, your silver marks, your gold booster, your soul booster, earn double souls from battles, earn double gold from battles. It doesn't say just in PvP, but some people say that you can only use the gold booster in PvP. Some people say you can only use the soul booster in PvP. I'm not sure about that yet. There is a couple things I'm not sure about, but I'm just giving you what I know so far and my strategy so far and a team for each region. So yeah, just get to 20 every week is what I would do, and that's like the least you should do. Same like if you're doing the Underspire where you just do your free torches and just get it. You got to use your free torches, your 7 torches a day to get to like the second boss or whatever at least, or maybe the 4th boss. Well, same thing with PvP. Get to 20 at least each week. It's not hard, and you get some gold marks, silver marks, gold boosters, silver boosters, soul boosters. So that's your main goal there, and then you have the shop where you can buy stuff. The only place you're going to get silver and gold marks is from either from the goals or from the ladders here for winning a leaderboard. So you have your own leaderboard right here. This is 30 people, and this is the one you're more likely to win or at least get some marks from. So you got to finish in the top 3. If you finish first, you get 30 gold marks. If you finish second, you get 20. If you finish third, you get 15. And right now, without even really trying, I'm in second place. A lot of these are going to be like people that aren't even playing the game anymore at first. So you shouldn't have too much trouble getting at least third place here. I mean, at the very least, moving up, like being in the promotion zone. But if you're going to be in the promotion zone, you might as well go for like third place and get some gold marks. That's the other place you can get some gold marks. And then the global leaderboard. Like I'm still going to get 5 gold, 5 silver without even really trying for this one. This one's going to be the harder one that I probably wouldn't recommend going for. Maybe you go for top 100 or something, but I don't know. I think you should more concentrate on making sure you get top 3 here. But, you know, if you want to go for the global one, that's fine with me. One other thing to say is right now I would not be playing this. I'm just putting this out because the update just came out. I would wait until next week to be playing this because we have Vault event right now, and I totally do not recommend playing PvP during a Vault event, especially this right here with all these restrictions and stuff. That's just you're not gonna get as many Vault keys. So main goal in a Vault weekend is Vault keys, and the Vault event is the best event in the game and the main way you're gonna get all the resources in the game. So you should not be playing this right now, but in case you are, or in case you want a little guide for next week, here you go. So that's really it. You know, PvP goals, you want to get all those. The ladders, you want to kind of finish in the top 3 in your bracket, and then the global leaderboard, if you can, finish in the top 100, but I wouldn't be sweating it too much. As far as what you're going to buy, I would say the main goal is going to be to buy the books right here. So you need to get 20,000 VP. Another thing I don't know yet is your VP going to reset each week. Some people say yes, some people say no. It's going to be seasons, and it's going to be like a month or a few weeks or a couple months. I don't know. So whether or not your VP resets each week we'll find out next week. But you have to get to 20,000 VP to buy this book, and then you need 100 gold marks to buy this book. So you're going to have to do more than just the PvP goals to get 100 gold marks this week. So you're going to have to finish on a leaderboard or something. But in the future, you're saving up gold marks, you're saving up silver marks. You didn't buy something last week maybe, and now you have enough to buy the book this week. But you have to get to the 20,000 VP to be able to buy with 100 gold marks. You will not lose your VP. It's just a requirement to get the gold marks. You know, you have to be this tall to ride the ride. It costs 3 tickets to ride the ride, but you have to be 6 feet tall. They're not going to steal your 6 feet tall. It's just a requirement to give them your 3 tickets to ride the ride. So you have to have 20,000 VP to buy the book for 100 gold marks, but you do not lose VP. You're not going to lose your height. The other thing, maybe Dragonite. I think the worst values are the Shiny Key and the Cursed Runes. The Imperial Deeds is okay as well. So those would be the ones. Book of Deeds, maybe then Imperial Deed, and maybe then Dragonite. Depends how much you want those Cosmic Dragons, I guess, or how close you are to Diamantina. And then the pet. I mean, you're probably going to buy something here. with your silver marks, because the only thing you can buy with silver marks is pets. So you're gonna have a bunch of silver marks. The only thing you can buy with silver marks is pets. So you're gonna end up buying a pet at some point. So you can buy this one with 0 VP, and then this one costs 2,500 VP. And then you have one for gold marks, which are you going to buy a pet, or are you going to buy a Book of Deeds, Dragon Knight, or an Imperial Deed? I think you're going to buy those first, and then maybe the pet later on. These pets will probably come back around. You have multiple chances to get them, I hope. But that's that. That's the shop. And then as far as how you play it, I would say chase the marks. So you got the little orange diamond there. It's just like Explore. This is Explore mixed with PvP. That's what they did here. So you chase the marks. Every time you complete it, we'll go to green. You do 5 battles. You get 15 silver marks. Depending on where you're at, you can either get 10 silver marks, 15, or 20. It's the further you go out. There's the region that unrestricted region only gives 10. The inner region gives 15. The outer region gives 20. So if you can, you want to be fighting in the outer region. So we get 15 here if we do 5 battles on green. And I'll show you some teams for each region after I finish like the basic explanation of how you're going to play. The other place we have is Strix. If I had to choose between these two, green and Strix, I would pick Strix because first of all, it's easier. And second of all, I get 20 gold marks for doing it instead of 15. So once I complete the Strix one, though, it's going to jump to something else. And if it happens to jump to something like Orc, then I'm going to go and choose green because Orc sucks. So, you know, some of them, some weeks are going to, like, be harder than others. And you're going to find that you're going to have, like, 3 or 4 of them that are way easier than the others. You're going to have, like, 3 or 4 that are easy. You're going to have 1 or 2 that are not so bad. Then you're going to have 1 or 2 or 3 that aren't good and you should probably avoid. So, in my opinion, this week, I love Divine. That's my favorite team that I have. And it's in the outer region. So, that's my favorite right now. So if I have a mark on that, I'm definitely picking it. If I have that orange diamond, I'm going to definitely pick Divine. My second favorites are Yellow, because I can use the same team in Yellow. I think it's only an inner region, though, right? So I definitely pick Divine over Yellow. And then we have Strix and Suncrest. Once again, you can use the same team for both of these almost pretty much. Egress, you know? So my favorites are Divine, Yellow, Strix, and Suncrest. And 3 of those are on the outer, so 20 marks. My least favorite are Orc, Giant, and Stormheim. And specifically Stormheim and Giant. Orc isn't terrible because you got Eye of Argus. But Giant and Stormheim are so slow and annoying. It's not like it's hard, it's just slower and more annoying. So... And then middle ground is the central, the green, and the brown. Like, those are okay. If you happen to have to do a green or a brown, you know what to do. Journey troops, loop them to death. And then if you have the central spire, you can use whatever you want. So your best PvP team, whatever that may be. So that's what I would do. I'm going to just chase the orange diamonds. And I'm going to try to pick the outer region. And I'm going to have ones that I favor over others. So I have Divine, I have Yellow, I have Strix, and I have Suncrest. So right now I'd fight the Strix. I would do this. Then I would hope it would jump to like Divine or Yellow or Suncrest or stay on Strix. Sometimes it stays at the same place. But if it happens to jump to Orc or something, I would definitely run green. If it happens to jump to Giant or Stormheim, I'll do brown as well, you know, if it's on brown. But I'm trying to avoid Stormheim, Giant, and Orc if I can. And I don't really do the Central Spire either. Mostly I want to do Divine, Yellow, Strix, or Suncrest. So that's what I would recommend for y'all. Just a quick little, hopefully quick, I don't know. But I'm going to put some teams on here too, so it might be a little longer than I thought. But the only other place I have it in is a really long live stream. So I thought I'd put out a video today. So right now I'm going to add a video for each region and explain the fights for you. And yeah, let's go to it. Wow, this is going to be longer than I thought. There's 10 teams, so what do you expect? But first here we got Divine, the Divine region. And I came up with a team on live stream yesterday to do the Divine region, and it ended up being my favorite one. So what we have is Wand of Stars, Arc Proxy Avengera, Divine Ishbala Keelan. So it's basically a Divine Ishbala Keelan team with Arc Proxy Avengera. So what you're going to want to do is look for any extra turns, of course, first of all. Get up your wand, cast your wand, get up everything else, and then cast in this order. Keelan, Divine Ishbala, Arc Proxy. So basically from the back to the front. Because, I mean, if you have alignment. First you have to look and see if you have alignment. That's the only problem, and the only thing that slows it down is looking for alignment, making sure you get extra turns when you turn brown to skull, or red to skull, or yellow to skull. But Keelan turns brown to skull, purple to red. Divine Ishbala turns red to skull, green to yellow, and then Arc Proxy turns yellow to Uber Doom Skull. So you can see how that is like really, really good. Divine Ishbala, or Keelan turning purple to red, so Divine Ishbala can then turn red to skull and green to yellow, so Arc Proxy can turn yellow to Uber Doom Skull. It's freaking sweet. I love it. It's my favorite team right now for this, and it goes pretty fast too, and it's fun. And you can use it in 2 regions. Next we have, I think Stormheim is what it is. Stormheim region. So there's not, this is the worst one. This is the worst. It's the slowest one. It's the worst one. You can use other things, yeah. I mean, there's like Mistralis, there's Onyx Giant, there's Jarl, there's Fire Giant. But, you know, I went with the triple boulder. So what I'm hoping here is you can find something. Maybe you don't have Arc Proxy Avendra. Maybe you don't have, you know, Zul'Goth. But out of all these 10 regions, maybe you can find a couple teams and you can get some stuff done. You know, if you don't have Arc Proxy, maybe you have Egress. You know what I mean? So you should be all right. One of these will help you. One of these teams out of 10, you should be able to find 2 or 3 that'll help you, and you should be able to get it done. All right, so for Stormheim, yeah, I went with Boulder. I wasn't feeling the Mistralis. There was nothing going super good with it. I wasn't feeling the Onyx Giant. I never like it. It seems to backfire too much. And the Jarl / Fire Giant seemed really slow, so I went triple boulder with the Crown of Horns, I think it is. It's a brown-red weapon. It blows up blue. It gives a status effect. It has a summon. And the only problem here is we're not using all blue with boulder, and he will put more. He only puts like 12 skulls on the board instead of 16. But still pretty good. One other, I did Titan class, so I could 50% start the Giants, which is boulder. But you could also do Plague Lord 50% start with a Doomstorm, or a Bone Storm, or whatever it has. And I think that works better almost, because then you have more skulls falling. You have a Skull Storm, and that can make up for that one troop that isn't blue. But yeah, the boulder just puts a bunch of skulls on the board, usually gets an extra turn. You match skulls, you keep casting boulders. If you lose your first boulder, you have a summon. You hope it's a blue summon, but sometimes it's not. And you kind of just get, if you lose your first boulder, it's going to slow down even more. Like you can see right there, I lost my first boulder, but I could summon something back in. It's not that big of a deal. We're not going to lose. It's okay. So triple up on boulder, and there's no good blue weapon. So if you want to throw a blue weapon on there, go for it, but they all stink. They're all doo-doo. They're all poo-poo. So I would not do that. I'd rather have the summon. I'd rather have the mana generation. I'd rather have the positive status effect. You know, so I'm going with the Crown of Horns, I think it's called. I guess we'll see here in a second what it's exactly called. But that first team, what class did I use on that first team? I think Titan. Titan class, maybe. And this team, I went Titan as well. But like I said, shout out to Plague Lord, 50% start, Doomstorm. You know, help that boulder put more skulls on the board. But totally don't recommend that region. I'd rather you do Divine than Stormheim. All right, here we have the green restriction, the green region. Of course, you could do Todd with the sports. That's an easy one to do. This one seemed pretty fast, though, when it was going good. We got Essence of Evil, Vanoxia, Queen Beatrix, Leprechaun. Cast that Leprechaun. Use the Essence of Evil if you need to tie something up. But otherwise, be casting Queen Beatrix if you got it. If you don't got it, cast the Vanoxia. You might even want to flip them around the other way, but I think that will make Vanoxia totally blocked, maybe. So, maybe not. Never mind. So yeah, you can flip them around if you want. But mostly cast Queen Beatrix. Have Queen Beatrix with the highest priority, because it has more of a chance at getting an extra turn than the Vanoxia. The mistake I was making was casting Vanoxia instead of Queen Beatrix. Like, I was prioritizing Vanoxia on my live stream. I figured it out now. I'm prioritizing Queen Beatrix, and it's going much faster and more consistent. So, Essence of Evil is a really good weapon when you're doing PvP or Guild Wars, because you can target something that's annoying on their team and just silence it and entangle it up and all that good stuff. So, really good weapon, and it's green. So, Loopy team, true damage to all, goes pretty fast. I'm pretty sure it's faster than Todd with the sports, but Todd with the sports is probably safer and maybe more consistent. But I went with this just to shake it up so you didn't know every single team I was going to make. I could have went with Egress, Chalcedony, and Todd, you know what I mean? So I decided to shake it up a little bit here with the Queen Beatrix Vanaxia team. What class did I use there? I don't know, I showed it. It's probably Archer or something, Greenstorm maybe, with 50% start. Still here, I don't know why I put so many of this team on here. It did go pretty quick, but I put like 3 battles on here. That's fine. So green's not terrible. Like I said, if I was going to prioritize, I would go Divine if it has the mark. If it doesn't, I'm looking at Strix and Suncrest and Yellow. If none of those are 4 though. That's 4 of them. If none of those have the orange mark, then I'm looking at green or brown. Unrestricted is like okay, but it's like the least, you get the least silver marks. You're probably going to run up against the worst defensive teams and maybe lose. The only place I've only lost 1 time, and I lost in the unrestricted region, my very first battle. So, and I've been avoiding it because the thing is the enemies have to use the same restriction as you. Like they're using their offensive teams. You're facing somebody else's offensive team, and they're restricted the same way you are. So in the unrestricted region, they could do anything and beat you. But in the restricted regions, it's not going to be like that. It's going to be easier, and you get more silver marks, so why wouldn't you do that? If you can, go to the outer region whenever possible. All right, this is the, the giant restriction, I think. Another dookie one. Same deal, Balder, except for this time you can use the Osha's Tome. Osha's Tome is blue. Balder does better when it has all blue allies. And I went with the Titan again, I think. No, I went Plague Lord here. I was liking the Plague Lord. I think I should have switched it around. I think I should have went Titan on this team, and I think I should have went Plague Lord on the other one. Because this team has enough skulls to make 16. It has 4 blue troops. It's not going to have as much trouble with that. But the other team only has 3 blue troops with the brown-red weapon. So that's where you would use Plague Lord. I kind of flip-flopped them here. I was using Plague Lord on both, and then somebody mentioned Titan, so I tried Titan, and then I forgot to change it back. So Titan here would be great because you already have 4 blue troops and you're going to be good to go whenever you cast the Balder. But the other one, the Stormheim restriction, I would recommend Plague Lord because you want more skulls. Like, have that hero help you make more skulls. If it's not going to be blue, you might as well have a Skull Storm going so it's helping make more skulls. Because that's the whole idea of a Balder team, is to just put a ton of skulls onto the board and get extra turns. So Osha's Tome and triple Balder. And we got Plague Lord there, but I do recommend Titan, I think, for that one. Alright, what region do we got here? The Central Spire. This is the unrestricted region. I just brought over one of my Guild Wars teams, and I tweaked it a little bit. So, went Essence of Evil, Zul'Goth, King of the Ravens, and Leprechaun. Like I said, this is the only region where I lost 1 battle. It was my very first battle ever in PvP Battlegrounds. I lost. But then I tweaked this team, and I haven't lost since. So Essence of Evil and Leprechaun. You know, cast your Leprechaun. It probably is going to get up your Essence of Evil. Cast your Essence of Evil on the most dangerous opponent or the most annoying opponent. And then try to get up your Zul'Goth as the rest of the, you know, you're draining them. Which against Firebombs, this team is not great because I'm draining a Firebomb, which is just going to blow itself up anyway. But, you know, when you're facing a real opponent, the King of the Ravens really does help there. While you're blowing up a Leprechaun, you're blowing up an Essence of Evil. You're also stealing the enemy's mana so they can't do anything to you. And then all the while, you're getting up a Zul'Goth. You can instant kill their most dangerous troop on the enemy's team. Bunch of skulls on the board. Entangle the first slot on their side and start taking skulls maybe. The King of the Ravens even does damage to, like, pretty safe team, and it's a Zul'Goth team, and King of the Ravens is awesome. I like it. So went with this, but not my favorite region. You get the least silver marks, and you're probably going to face the most dangerous opponents. You know, you will see, like you're seeing here, I didn't face anything dangerous. I had 2 nice people with 4 firebombs and a couple Cedrics there, but like I said, the only place I lost was the unrestricted region. You're going to see, maybe you'll see books there. Maybe you're going to see, like, gnolls there. Maybe you're going to see, you know, double empowered, triple empowered stuff there. I would not mess with the unrestricted region if you don't have to. I know it's the easiest. You don't have to think of teams, and you can use whatever team you want, but you're also going to face the most dangerous opponents and get the least silver marks. All right, here is the brown restriction, so why not just do Chalcedony? Yeah. Somebody on my Discord said they were having trouble with the PvP Battlegrounds and it was too hard and stuff. Just loop them. Just loop them. They can't freeze me. They're not freezing me. They don't even have their hero over there. They have nothing freezing me. Just cast Chalcedony over and over. And we don't have access to the Watchful Blade because we have to use brown, all brown, including the weapon. So Wand of Stars covers every color. So Wand of Stars. Just cast Chalcedony over and over and over. You got the Chernobog in last slot for the Dust Storm. You got Geomancer class for a 50% start. You're looping them to death so they never get a turn, so it doesn't matter how hard the enemy is or how inconsistent the PvP is. Because if the enemy never gets a turn, how can it be inconsistent? If the enemy never gets a turn, why does it matter how many stats they got? It doesn't matter. So, yeah, just Chalcedony. And that's not the one I'm recommending, but it's easy. It's another easy one if the orange mark happens to go onto it to do. So Chalcedony, Chalcedony, Wand of Stars, Chernobog. Double yellow, brown, minus green. Geomancer class. Alright, what do we got next? We got yellow, and yellow is exactly the same as divine. So that just gives you another place where you have a really fast, easy, fun battle in case the orange mark goes there. So Titan class because I want a barrier. Titan class because a brown storm doesn't really hurt us. It can go into Yuvendra. The Keelan can turn the brown into skulls. So I like Titan for this. You know, as far as my medals went, at first I was doing Orpheus and like kind of playing it like Guild Wars. But after learning like not so many people are really trying to beat you on defense, you could probably switch into other medals if you want to. But Titan class with the Wand of Stars. Same thing here. Like we already did this team, but it's just cool that you can use it in 2 different regions. Is the cool part because it was my favorite team too. So you know, wand. Just get up the wand. The cool thing about the wand is you can match anything on the board. So the first move you're gonna make on the board, if it's not an extra turn, is you're gonna try to get multiple matches. So if you see a yellow that can go into a brown, into a cascade, that can get up your wand on first turn. Like just look for those cascades, those multiple matches. And you'll get up your wand, you'll cast it, you'll get up everything else, and then you start doing the Keelan, Ishbala, Yuvendra, back to back to back. If you remember from the Divine, Keelan turns what? Purple to red. Ishbala turns what? Red to skull. And green to yellow. Then what? Yuvendra turns the yellow to Uber Doomskull. Super fun, and they go together really well. And then the wand is there if you need a blessing, if you need to curse, if you know, lots of mana generation, covers every color. So I'd recommend it for sure. Double purple, yellow, minus green. All right, here's the orc restriction. And you know, if you have multiple Eye of Argus, this might be better for you. But I went with Essence of Evil, Eye of Argus, Trick Nala, and Fist of Zorn. So we got 2 empowered converters. And then we have Eye of Argus putting Doomskulls on the board every single turn. So the more Eye of Arguses you have, the more of those Doomskulls you're going to put on the board every single turn. Maybe the faster you win. This is a little bit safer. I don't have multiple Eye of Argus, basically. So I think this is safer. But you could go more Eye of Argus, and maybe you like the Orc restriction. I just don't like it. But Essence of Evil there, like always, on PvP or Guild Wars, is to target something, to take it out of the battle, and it mana generates. You know, the Trick Nala, you're looking for that first. You're hoping you have green to skull, because it Hunter's marked. You're smashing them in the face with skulls, killing them. And then you got yellow to skull after that. So hopefully it works out. You get the conversions right off Jump Street. And if not, though, just get up your Essence of Evil, cast it on the most dangerous enemy. That'll change the board for you. That'll give your Eye of Argus mana. Trying not to cast the Eye of Argus. Like, cast everything else first. Make sure you don't have alignment with your Trick Nala or your Fist of Zorn. Then Essence of Evil would be my next. Eye of Argus would always be last. I would only cast that if there was nothing else going on. Because we're trying to do skulls. We're trying to do a bunch of skulls. We're not trying to do spell damage or blow up a row or whatever he does there. So he's only there for his 3rd trait, putting those Doom Skulls on the board. But every once in a while you'll cast him and do a little bit of damage too. A little bit of mana generation. He's cool, he's cool. But not my favorite region, definitely not my favorite. If I had to put them in order, I would say Giant might be my least favorite, or Stormheim. They're tied for the poopiest. Stormheim and Giant are tied for the worst. I would never choose one of those 2. Then Orc is my least favorite after that. Then the Unrestricted for some reason. I don't know. I just feel like the enemy teams are harder, and I don't know. Brown, green, and then like Strix, Suncrest, yellow, divine. Like that's the order of worst to best. So best to worst would be divine, then yellow, then Strix, then Suncrest, then green probably, then brown, then unrestricted, then orc, then Stormheim, then giant, something like that. Maybe flip the last two. That would be my advice. That's what I found. But here in, where are we at now? Are we in Strix or Suncrest? You can't tell because you can use the same stuff for both pretty much. We got Egress, Nimbus Bow, Finesse, and Ecotl. I think one of the two you can't use Finesse. So where are we? Where are we? I don't know. Whatever one we do next is the opposite. So, anyway. That's what I would recommend, and that's an easy one. That's one you should be able to do. Egress, Nimbus Bow, Finesse, Ecotl. Nothing crazy on that team, right? So, this looks like Suncrest, maybe? Either way, Strix or Suncrest, you're going to use Egress. I didn't see which restriction was which, but they're pretty much the same thing. But here we got Egress, Staff of Storms, Ecotl. So, we can't use Finesse, probably, is why. And why would that be? Finesse is a Strix, but it's not from Suncrest? Is that right? I don't know. Maybe you can. But Egress, Staff of Storms, Ecotl. First thing you're looking for is Ecotl. You're looking to change blue to yellow and get an extra turn. Get up your Egress, and then you just cast it over and over and over and over and over. So, not rocket science. Use Stormcaller class. If you lose your first Egress, summon in. But yeah, I think I'm going to try, it's a super long video. I didn't mean for it to be this long, but the only other video I have on this is like a 3-hour video or a 2-hour video, so at least it's a little bit shorter. Sorry, and good luck in the vault today. Like I said, I would not be doing PvP today. You should be doing the vault event. Do the vault event. But here's some teams for you. Here's my strategy. Here's a quick guide for you. Like, share, subscribe. Consider joining. It helps a lot. Tell your good about the channel, comment below, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace.